Hello, my name is Pierre Sabak. I will be reading tonight from an excerpt from my book, The Murder of Reaiity, Hidden Symbolism of the Dragon. Chapter 24, The Crown of Jupiter. The astrological term planetes signifies a planet and is from the Greek expression planomi, to wander, suggesting the orbit of a planet 3,000 years before Copernicus and Galileo. The Mediterranean astronomers obtained their knowledge from the Arabic etymon seyyar, a wonder or traveller, derived from sayyara, a planet. By comparison, the Hebrew definition of a planet, kokav, is translated from the compound kokav, father of the law. Jewish mystical writers parallel kokav to kokbar, a star. Linguistic relationship between the planet and its motions bound to the sun suggest a profound knowledge of the solar system and its mechanistic laws. Religious symbolism of the planets indicates a model prescriptive of royal hierarchy. In Judaic symbolism, Kokbar, a star, serves as a monogram on the Aramaic title Kokbar, son of the law. His cognomen signifies the Messiah, displayed in Arabic as Ba, son or Orc, congruent with Baal, a lord. The migratory bird deputizes the star, a simile of the fallen angel, conceived as an immigrant or alien. According to Kabbalistic sources, the stars are associated with the habitation of the gods. Examinations of early etymologies suggest Kokav, father of the law, indicates the celestial body referred to by Roman astrologers as Jupiter. In the Roman pantheon, Jupiter embodies legality, constitutional to the King of Heaven. His role as the father of law, personified as the monarch, originates from the Middle Eastern vocabulary. Jupiter's capacity as a legislator is demonstrated in the Prologue English-Hebrew Dictionary. In its glossary, it lists tzedek, justice, as a polyform noun used simultaneously to designate the planet Jupiter. Tzedek's syntax is subtracted from the Aramaic term zakau, giving of alms, consistent with sodek, correct. Zakau and sodek is transferred into English as right and right. The zakau denotes ritual purification, requisite of the dakau, cleansing, specific of the celestial being Jupiter. Hello, my name is Pierre Sabak. Tonight I will be reading an excerpt from my book, The Murder of Reaiity, Hidden Symbolism of the Dragon. I will be reading from pages 472 to 473. Utsuru no Fune, The Hollow Ships of Japan. Stories of this kind are based on Japanese folklore of Utsuro no Fune, alternatively Utsubo no Fune. Both words mean a hollow ship, implicit of a carrier vessel, and have often been used metaphorically to describe a cavity in an old tree. Utsubo is a kind of a hollow bag employed by the samurai to hold arrows in ancient Japan, and has the additional meaning of a moray eel. Japanese nobility and ruling families often trace their heritage back to the traditions of Utsubo no Fune. There are many ancient stories, for example Kaguya-hime, regarding interactions between these vessels and ordinary people. Occupants of the Utsubo no Fune are typically revered and considered alien or strange. Mention of these unusual craft occur frequently in folklore and may have had an historical basis connected to the migration of Asian populations to the Japanese mainland. It is to be noted that such narratives linking nobility to boats are found all over the world, and are similar to the biblical stories of Noah and his safe passage in a boat outlined in the book of Genesis. Page 473, Hollow Boats and Tree Cavities. Hidden tree cavities are located at temples and shrines, and possess the same meaning as a hollow ship, linking sacred sites historically to the traditions of Utsu no Fune. Japanese etymologists suggest the connection between the tree and boat may have originated from a type of canoe made from a hollowed-out log. Utsaru no Fune, hollow ships, are equated originally with Japanese migration and are conventionally associated with the gods and nobility. Traditionally, the craft are described as round and hollow, leading some Japanese researchers to link the vessel with the UFO phenomenon. Religious shrines in ancient Greece, Rome and Egypt, similar to Japan, are aligned to boat iconography, evidenced in the etymologies worship and religion, a derivation of the Latin root religare timore, ship. See Chapter 1, Malak, Plate 2, Boat Pits, Giza Plateau. In Japan, tree openings are located at shrines and connect the temple enclosure religiously to a ship. The presence of such trees suggests that the entrances to Shinto temples are subterranean. Mythological, the tree describes an opening to the underworld and finds its counterpart in European folklore. Chapter 37, Yahweh and the Crescent. Now when the bull succumbed to Ahriman and died, a miracle occurred, for from his various members all manner of plant life came into being, from his marrow sesame, and from his blood the fruit of the vine. His seed was borne up to the moon, purified in its light, and brought back to earth again. And from this seed not only did all manner of cattle proceed, but every species of animal life, except only noxious beasts, reptiles, and harmful insects. Translation from Professor R.C. Zeiner's translation of the Greater Buddhistness text. According to Zoroastrian tradition, the moon's satellite acted as a receptacle for storing the seed of man during a catalysm that effaced Adam's descendants. Historically, the destruction of humanity is timed with the war between the angels and man. Reference to such an event is contained within Professor Zeiner's translation of the Buddhistness text. Refer to chapter heading. The tradition is recounted in Europe as the man in the moon. Semitic literature compares the invading host to crew members of naval vessels, Sabaoth, conveyed in modern parlance as a starship or spaceship. In Egyptian iconography, the pharaoh's barge is depicted ecliptic and recalls the moon identified with the seed of man. Hieroglyphically, the boat is drawn as a solar plough and emphasizes the connection between the moon and fertility. Relationship between the boat and rebirth is evident also within the Hebrew ciphers outlined in the book of Genesis, chapter 8, verse 3 and 4. To quote, "At the end of the 150 days, the water had gone down, and on the 17th day of the 7th month the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat." The number 7, Shiva, is used linguistically to connote a period of mourning Shiva. The scribe puns the place name Ararat with Ha-Haratz, the earth, inferring Kad-Ha-Haratz, planet Earth, literally circle of the earth. Study of Judaic lexicology indicates the ancient people of the Middle East understood the earth to be round. Traditionally, Noah's Ark is constructed from gopher wood, Hebrew goper, a pun on Gefer man. The redactor's wordplay informs the reader that the ark carried the germ of man, a belief demonstrated in the layout of the Christian church as a boat, preserved in the Egyptian, Greek and Jewish temples. Refer to chapter 1, Malak, Boat Pits. The nave of the church is doubled with navel, reminiscent with pregnancy, analogous to the host or sailor. Genetic descent of the royal lineage originates from the reptile pillager or host. Depicted as emissaries or messengers, the angels are conduits of the development of religion. Philologically, religion is cognate with religare, to moor a boat, bind back or tie, consistent with the adjective regal, literally kingship. The point is emphasized additionally in the Semitic lexicon. Malak, an angel, describes Malak, a sailor, an appellation of Melech, a king.